Hi, this is Reese from CreataCRM, and today I'm going to give you an overview of CreataCRM with MYOB inventory. Now what we're going to do is create a sales order inside Creator and push it into a sales order in MYOB. Now why this is important is that a lot of people are on the road and they just simply want to take an order really quickly down, add the line items as the customers are asking some requests on what they would like, and then they would add them into the system, and then they would push that into the MYOB system for the user to pick and control. Now obviously we have an inventory system in our system, but sometimes it's been requested that we'll just keep with MYOB as the inventory, and if this is the case, we would probably best to follow this process, which is quite easy, of just taking the orders on the road and then pushing it inside of MYOB. I'll show you how this looks. Now what we have is a sales order section here. Now that's underneath the warehouse sales order section. For the users, they just simply have to click on new and add the items that they would like to sales order, which would be 2 items for the heck of it. And we're going to click on D70, here's 1. Now for this demo, we just want to make it quick. Now notice that when you click on this drop down menu, it's talking about our warehousing. We can hide this and put MYOB's warehousing or put MYOB's warehousing. So this example is if you want MYOB inventory only, we can just do sales orders and push it across. You can do both. There's different processes when you start using our warehousing, but we'll keep to this basic video. So the next thing we can do is go D60, so I think it is. Oops, typo here, D60, well actually 50, and relatively quick. You can click on that and it's going to have 3 of those, and it will calculate that across. Next thing we'll probably want to do is assign it to a customer. So we're just going to go a customer for this occasion and go from there. Other things you can do is that you're going to probably want to assign an address. So we're going to save and view this and populate the address. Now, as you know, there's the user at the moment is probably doing the sales order and trying to push this information to proceed for the pickers to go and ship it out. So I guess the sales rep is, or anyone is actually on the road or somewhere where they're just going to go, look, I'm on the road, I need to have a responsive system that they can see the elements. So when they're editing this across, they can just see that when it's in the system itself, it's nice and responsive. Look, it's not an app, and obviously if you need something like an app, if you're away from the internet, it's not going to be advisable, but that's we've got that in the pipeline, but it's something that's not necessary with all the features that we're putting in right now. We then would want to put it to send it to the address to it. So what we're going to do is we'll click on this tools drop down menu and go to populate address. Now this will choose or pick all the addresses that's inside of the company section of it. Now MYOB has multiple addresses, so it will pick all those addresses that's connected to MYOB, and with this time we're going to say, well, we actually want to ship it to 12 Smith Street, and click on OK. Now we have a lot of other features that help organize this particular process. We have a order organizer in the section here that allows the user to go through, and for example I've just put in order 5 for example in here. Now what I can do is I can drag and drop this and go, I'm waiting for client on this particular stage, and that helps the person to organize themselves and organize the orders in the system here. Now the next stage is, let's say he's saying, oh, I'm going to order it, the order is going to be sent to MYOB. So what he can do is he can drag and drop that in that stage, but all he has to do really is to click on the tools drop down menu and create a MYOB order. Now when you go to create it into MYOB, there's a number of rules that MYOB has. So let's go and see how it looks. So when I click on this, it goes, whoops, I don't have a account link to it, and I have no MYOB layout set on this section. So we can default sales orders to these sections, but I want to make it known that if you just turnkey the system, you're going to have some little bits and settings, because MYOB just is a very tough little cookie to crack, and when you're wanting to push it to it, it needs to have some rules and some guidelines in there. So we're going to go to here and go shop, MYOB set. I'm going to sure we're going to do MYOB line items in this section here, and I'm going to do items. Okay, That's the first one. The next one I was complaining about is the account. The account is something that we have, is the MYOB account. So at the moment you can have a company management system here that you can throw all your companies in there and put contacts in there and be quite messy. So when we link to warehousing and Facebook and all these things, and you can be quite messy with bringing data into your system as you would with a CRM. But once you go into an accounting system, we'll put another section called account to make sure that that's where it keeps very nicely. So we're going to save and view that, and hopefully that works. Now we're going to go to Tools drop-down menu and create MYOB orders. Let's process it and push it through, chugs through, and then, well, winner, we've got a nice green tick saying sales order has been successful. It makes the sales guy very happy. He's probably going to go back to his coffee shop, have another coffee. He's made his quota. He sent a nice a sales order to the team, and they can process it inside of MYOB, and off it goes. So hopefully that helps you with CreataCRM of sending sales orders into MYOB, and then obviously managing it a bit, and then allowing the users to then push the MYOB into the system. Now, as you know, probably Creata does a lot more than that, but that's a very small scale that obviously helps the sales team. Obviously, they can do quotes, they can do sales opportunity decks, and so many other things, project management that creates quotes, and so much more, email marketing, automation, links to warehousing. So we can do things like obviously bringing in things like Shopify and all these shopping carts and put them into the sales order section, and then you can just push it through here and just check it off as well. So this is one small scale of many things inside of Creata, but hopefully this one will help you understand how to link some of the sales guys, or link some of the people just to make sales orders and push it across there. If there's any questions, please don't hesitate to call us, and hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks.